And what is up? Oh, how's it going? Nice to meet everyone. You probably don't know who I am, and I most likely don't know who you are. But if you came here because you've stumbled upon Pantheon or any of the other MMOs that I kind of probably tagged uh, in the video, uh, just as a reminder, I'm no way, shape, or form uh, the greatest content creator to ever live. I'm really bad at this stuff. Uh, very, very horrible at it, but I try to do my best. Um, but while you're here, and probably why you clicked on the video in the first place, is what is this game and all these things. Maybe you know what the game is, and maybe you're just trying to see what I'm going to say about it. Um, Mainly is that I'm excited. Um, there might be a lot of, I don't want to call it hate because it's not hate. It's concern. I would like to call it concern amongst a lot of people about the state of the game at times and where is it going and this, that, and a third. But I truly believe that this game will inevitably come out. It will happen. It'll hopefully do something amazing for people that want to play an MMORPG that has a living, breathing world. And I know that's a cliche at times with games using that as, you know, their thing, but in truth, like that's what it is. Like the elements and stuff will affect how your characters do certain things, and there's so much more to the game than it just being a raid game. I mean, don't even. I mean, I don't want to talk bad about any other MMOs because I love them. I've played them all, and we're gonna go through something in a little bit here. But I don't want it to sound that I'm being standoffish or that I'm being like a Pantheon fanboy, even though I am, and I'm not going to deny that. Um, but that's just because, as you'll see soon, the history that I have with the main developer, um, not so much Visionary Realms, but them too. There's probably people there that were on the games that I remember from my childhood, and like I said, we'll get onto that. But as everything stands, I truly believe that Pantheon will come out, and I'm going to pledge today on top of it in this video to kind of push the forefront. It's not saying that you have to pledge or that you should do what I'm doing or anything like that. I'm just trying to put forward that if you believe in a video game or if you believe in anything and you put, time and effort into these things and these hobbies that you do and you enjoy, the people or the community that also are engaged in these hobbies and these enjoyments that you enjoy, just like video gaming in general, not so much just MMORPGs, but we all enjoy playing video games. Um, Also, there's no notes or anything. I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head because that's just the way I do things. But when we look at Pantheon as a game, as a hobby, as a living, breathing world, it becomes so much more than just like questing and XPing and all these other things. And it's not to say that that's a bad thing. It's just that there's more social interactions and there's more being a part of a different world than just kind of knowing that you're playing a video game. I try to refrain from using immersive because everyone uses that, but like it's it's another world and there's no other way to explain that like as far as I'm considered. Um but let's just get on with this. I'm tired of chit-chatting. Oh, man. So, let's move on. And I'm just kind of going to go through some games that I've played and we're going to talk about them and what I liked about them and why I enjoy MMOs and we'll get on to it. So, let's start the first one.
It is rumored amongst the most intelligent races of NORAD that first came the dragons. The great crystalline dragon, ruler over the plane of sky, deposited life onto a lifeless planet, and with one swipe of her mighty claws, laid claim to the promise of a new world. NORAD quickly developed from infancy as brave explorers journeyed forth in search of fertile lands on which to build. Villages became towns. Towns became cities. Cities became kingdoms. Guilds and alliances formed, bound together through common goals and the sharing of ideas. The desires to grow beyond the common abilities of mere mortals introduced powerful skills, trades, and crafts. Wizards, sorcerers, and enchanters mastered powerful magic and mystical arts. But alas, ignorance and innocence go hand in hand. It is the adventure of quest that awaits the bold and daring. It is the land of EverQuest.
Now, EverQuest was really, really cool. I never got to play it very often. Um, I was really, really young when it came out, and I think we just got a PC. We had it. It was very played very, very seldomly. I can't tell you too much about it. I don't have too many memories, but as of now, I've played it and dabbled in it, got to level like 30-ish, and then, moved on to other games. It was a cool experience, but um, an experience nonetheless that I didn't grow up with, but I did give it a chance, and it was really, really fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. Um, there's not so much that I can say about the earlier EverQuests because there's not so much. I wasn't really old enough to experience them, but this game is what kind of did it for me. That set the tone. Uh, the original EverQuest set the tone, but this got me going. This was the fuel. You could say that, EverQuest laid the foundation, and EverQuest Online Adventures kind of paved the way the rest. So, as you can see, I didn't put the longer trailer on there. I'm trying to keep this quick and simple and enjoyable. I'm not trying to waste anybody's time, but I'm just trying to give you a foundation of where I come from and the games that I've played over the years. And, that I do know a good MMO, you know, that you will see here shortly that the next two are predominantly popular amongst a lot of people still today, and a lot of people play it. Um, Currently, me and my dad are playing this game together to just play around with it. It also is coming out with a new TLE server in May, and kind of like this rushed version, I believe, or something like that. I don't know. But there is a roadmap online that you can look at, and it'll tell you what month that everything's coming out in. But without further ado, here's EverQuest 2.
An ancient prophecy has come to pass, dividing the land into darkness and light. From all corners of the world, heroes are being called to join a quest that will decide the fate of Norath. The time has come for each of us to choose a path. For even now, the armies of evil are massing, preparing to fight for a future in which chaos and destruction will reign. EverQuest 2, where adventure comes alive.
So EverQuest 2 was quite the adventure. No lie. So as I said, the other games that were showed previously from EverQuest 2 were kind of like, me playing around as a kid, enjoying the game for, level 1 through 25, stuff like that. I think the highest I got in EverQuest Online. Um, Even so, it was a good time. Like, I really enjoyed those types of video games. And then I was old enough to actually like max out a game and actually max out a character and, show some prestige, I guess. I don't know how to even put this. But I actually like did some PvP and finished all the storyline quests and stuff like that. I did take breaks here and there. I did skip like 2 expansions and then came in on another one and kind of did all that content through for like a year, 2 years or something like that. haven't played the game in a while, but this kind of was the game that I played for the majority of my teenage years, I guess you can.
In a land of mighty kingdoms, new threats emerge. Ancient alliances are reforged, and an unexplored world awaits. Blizzard Entertainment proudly invites you to experience Warcraft from a whole new perspective. Stake your claim. Live the legend. A world awaits. The world of Warcraft.
So, as I said, that was, World of Warcraft. I mean, it is what it is. Everyone still kind of plays it. And what I meant, I guess I'll verify what I meant by teenage years, is early teenage years. So not like 16, 17, 18, more so like 12, 13, 14. You know what I mean? So early teenage years was like World of Warcraft. And like I said, it was on and off. So I did come back and like when I turned like 16, 17 and, maxed out my characters and stuff like that. But that was later on. It wasn't like this is when I started the game and then I got to max. It was like it took years down the line and a lot of, getting older and understanding how to read and context clues and stuff like that. So it was a lot difficult. It was more difficult when uh, I was younger. So kind of while I was playing World of Warcraft, this gem came out. It was kind of pushed out way too early. Um, Something that should have never came to light so early. If it took its time and had more time to develop and the publishing company didn't kind of screw the development company over, um, this game probably would have still exist today.
From the mind of Keith Parkinson, the master of fantasy art, comes the new frontier of online gaming. Embark on a journey that's never been taken. Battle an enemy that's never been conquered. Seek adventures that have never been experienced. Discover the beauty. Seek the challenge. Find the truth. Will you accept your fate? Or will you alter your destiny? The new world awaits. Vanguard, Saga of Heroes.
So, as you see, Vanguard Saga Heroes pushed out way too early. If you get a chance, look the game up, look at some videos. It was a really good game, besides for all the bugs and just overall sometimes unplayability. Um, but it was a really good game if you saw past it and saw what it could be if it had more time. Um, and there's one more game. Um, this one again, kind of an offshoot game that we kind of picked up, and when I mean we, I mean me, us together. But we picked it up, and it was really really fun, and it kind of turned into a what is now currently a sandbox game. So the original game was more MMO style, where now Age of Conan Exiles is the sandbox game, but Age of Conan Hyborian Adventures was the standard, more or less, MMO. And it was really, really good. And it's still free to play today.
Product not yet rated.
Let me tell you of my days of glory. I was young then, and strong. My sword was the only thing I could trust. Above all, Conan, monarch by grit, determination, and steel. He made us build a kingdom to rule and ravage. Stone by stone, nation by nation. But it was all destroyed in a heartbeat. As we fought for our future, we crossed all of Hyboria. We saw the unspeakable horrors. We saw its amazing treasures. We saw splendors undreamed of. We lived its temptations. We fought like demons against the darkest creatures of the earth. Now I bear many scars, but I would walk no other path.
Now, if I may add, I will say that Hyborian Adventures is not there anymore. Let me correct myself before anybody goes and tries to search for the game or anything. It's actually now called Conan Unchained. And let me make that clear. Hopefully you guys didn't skip through the video or anything. You know, correct myself before you guys went into the comics and corrected me. But anywho, it is now called Conan Unchained, if you want to play it. And then Conan Exiles is the sandbox kind of version of the game. And finally, for Get To It, I will be able to add one more game of MM or one more game. I'll be able to add another one because it probably won't be the last MMO to come out, and there'll be more after it. But if it sticks around after it's released, I'll be one of those veterans that stick with it, especially after starting that or helping or whatever you want to say. I don't know how to put it. I'm bad with English. Um, but let's see the other trailer, and this is probably not an official trailer, but hey, still a trailer.
In a world of adventure and magic, where peril lurks in every corner, and the elements themselves present a danger. Rise up and take arms. But bring friends.
And that is Pantheon. Well, at least one of the trailers for it. So I guess we're just gonna look at this real quick before I do anything. Here's the pledge website. If you would like to make your, or if you want to support an MMO that is kind of out there, but there's tons and tons of information that I could not put in a video. You would have to look everything up. There's PantheonPlus, there's Bazgrim, there's God, I'm missing. I already know I am. Those are like the two, but uh, they're there. There's tons and tons of information. There's Nathan NAPALM, and he also plays like D&D. And recently I watched that video. It was really really good. I think Ronick is Pantheon playing, so it's actually really fun to watch. You guys should go check that out. But besides the point, there's tons and tons of information out there. There's tons and tons of websites. Persuading, I understand that there's a lot of, like I said, more so or not, they're kind of just being cautious with the game. MMOs have a tendency not to come to fruition, and we see that a lot on like different Kickstarters and stuff like that. Ooh, what did I click? Wow, that was some music. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm not editing this. Sorry if I blew out your ears. But yes, I don't know. I have no idea what I did. I think I just like clicked on it and music started playing or something. Um, nice. Get the Pantheon music. Yeah, it came from the main website. I just But like I said, bunch of concept art, bunch of stuff, VIP. Oh, there's the music. Maybe it came from down here. But nevertheless, go to pledge. Cool. SoundCloud. Click pledge. SoundCloud. Okay, never mind. Well, not letting me do what I want to do. Come on, game. Oh, thank you. So you can come here and here look at different pledges. A lot of them have beta testing, and it's not that much. I mean, $100 isn't like the worst thing in the world. Just to get beta access if you want to play within the next who knows how long. But I'm going to be a little aggressive and go with the $300, and I want to play the alpha. Because in one of the, I think, Pantheon development streams, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they said that the word of the year, I believe, is imminence. So that just tells me that alpha is more or less probably on the horizon. At least I would like to believe so. Also, too, I want the invite to the Founders Conclave. And if you don't know what that is, that's going to be, I believe, if they haven't changed it or not, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's going to be like a special little area inside the main cities for people that have pledged to this, whatever, I guess this tier pledge, I guess that's what you would call it. Um, Everyone's kind of in there and talking, and I think there's like all the crafting tables and stuff might be in there. I think someone said. I don't want to give out false information, but I do believe at some point I heard it just being like a little hangout spot, and like, instead of having to run over here for the blacksmith and then run over there for, what else would you need? Your mining and like whatever else, and then the kind of like the trainers are all in different areas. The Founders Conclave, I guess, will have all of those things in one area, so you can walk around a lot. So it's just kind of like one of those things. I do believe, maybe not, maybe it'll just be a hangout spot. It might just inevitably be that. But if I do remember correctly, I think they said there's just like little benefits inside the game at the conclave, but they're not like benefits. They just, for lack of better word, just make it a tad easier and less time consuming, if that was true. But nevertheless, I do want the Founders Conclave, even if it is just a hangout spot. I think it would just kind of be cool to have. I think there's more on it, and I'm pretty sure that you guys can do, more research. But nevertheless, it really doesn't matter to me too much. I mainly want alpha access, beta access, and I think, between 250 and 300, 300 is a good round number. It's just, I feel like it is what it is. So I'm here on this screen, but we are going to come back to here, and I think what I'll do is I'll play a little music, and I'll probably step out. You guys can sit here and probably hang out, talk amongst yourselves. um, I will be right back. I am back. And oh, feels good to be a part of something that I enjoy. My money's going to be put to good use. That there's else. And to prove it, oh, there you go. Pay the one-time fee, the 300 bones for the advisor's pledge. The advisor's pledge comes with a bunch of cool stuff. The only thing that I don't get is I don't get the digital lore in the art book, which is fine. The nameplate outcome, the nameplate icon is okay, and I don't get pre-alpha testing. But those are only certain times. Alpha testing will be a little more, I think, better for me because I'll want to play a lot more, and I think alpha and beta you'll have more time to play. And then also too, I get a digital copy of the game, of course, and then I also get a buddy code for an additional download. And what that means is I get another game. So they give me 2 copies of the game basically, and you know who this is going to? You guessed right, my dad. So we can play together and experience this game together, and be there on launch day, and it'll be something that we can experience. And then we can experience with everyone else that wants to come along for the journey. I'd be more than happy to join anybody or bring anybody along. And like I said, EverQuest 2 is going to have that TLE server. So it would be, I think, beneficial to just kind of get a community going and like have a good time on EverQuest, maybe other older MMOs that anybody wants to play. Hell, I'll even get back on Final Fantasy. And let me tell you something. The reason why I didn't put Final Fantasy 14 on that trailers, I did play it, but it's not the same kind of fantasy as the ones that I showed you. Um, It's more linear. There's more main storyline quest kind of thing. EverQuest was just kind of adventure just took you somewhere. There was no the lore was the world rather than just being like this main storyline you had to complete before you can do all the side quests. Um, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the game. I do. I maxed leveled a few times. I got all the expansions besides I think the last one that they just came out with. Um, but yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a good night. I did my part. I hope you guys come and join me at least on, other games. You don't have to pledge or anything like that, but I wanted to kind of just, help out and just show that it's okay as long as you know that you love MMOs and you want to play something that's going to be awesome, at least in my mind. I don't see why, you wouldn't at least, pay the $100 just to at least get into the beta and just keep tabs on it. I mean, hell, don't even pledge. But at least like keep some focus onto the game, and then maybe you will want to pledge eventually once you know what the community is like and what the game's capable of, and how like more transparent the development company has become over time. And they do these development streams and they're really really cool, and it's just what's pushed me to pledge now is that I have tons and tons of information. There's no reason why I don't think this game will last, personally. But I could be wrong, I could be right. I'm just gonna sit here and wait. At least I tried to do something um, that I know I love, because my genre of video games, the MMORPGs, kind of turned into this sandbox um, kind of games, and that's cool and all. But just to have a game like Vanilla WoW or uh, EverQuest or anything like that, because people still play those games. We just got to bring that game into the into now, into the current world of technology that we have. I think the game's gonna be awesome. Um, Hope you guys have a good night, and thanks for watching. See you later. Oh, actually, one more thing. If you want to, don't have to, but you can come and watch me on Twitch if you would like. I do go live. I play a Hell Let Loose, and I play well, recently that's all I've been playing is Hell Let Loose. I do play Tarkov and DayZ and stuff time to time, but majority of my time I've been playing Hell Let Loose, and you definitely know when Pantheon comes out, and maybe when the alpha releases, if there's no what is it called, NDA or something like that. When there's a non-disclosure agreement, I think that's what NDA stands for. Uh, um, I guess at some point, maybe the alpha would be streamable or something like that, and I'll be able to play. Um, and I'll be able to stream it with you guys and show you how cool the game is and make you all jealous because you didn't listen to me. All right? Have a good night. Bye, guys.